Good morning. Welcome to our very last March mini story time. I'm so glad you could join me. I'm Sheila and I'm coming to you from North Branch. So let's start with an opening song. We've done this a few times, so hopefully you remember it. We're gonna actually, before I start singing, I'll tell you we're gonna wave, we're gonna clap, and then we're gonna stand up and get our wiggles out, okay? Are you ready? Let's wave and say hello. Let's wave and say hello to all our friends at story time. Let's wave and say hello. Let's clap and say hello. Let's clap and say hello to all our friends at story time. Let's clap and say hello. All right, this is the part where you stand up. All right, I wish I could see you all wiggling, but let's wiggle and say hello. Let's wiggle and say hello with all our friends at story time. Let's wiggle and say hello. That actually felt kind of good to stand up and wiggle. All right, well, my book today, whoops, lost my paper. Come back. I'm going to need that for our poem later. My book today is called Sincerely Emerson. And there's something very cool. Well, I'll tell you the whole title. Sincerely Emerson, a girl, her letter, and the helpers all around us. What's really cool about this is Emerson, the author, Emerson Weber, she is a girl. Maybe you have brothers and sisters the same age as Emerson. It says Emerson is an 11-year-old with a passion for letter writing, art, and Taylor Swift. Emerson lives in Sioux Falls, South Dakota with her mom, dad, and her brother Finn. And this is our illustrator, Jaclyn Sinquett. She grew up playing in her dad's garden and trying to avoid getting sunburn at the Jersey Shore. That's on the ocean. I've been to the ocean. You can really get sunburn. She spends her time now illustrating books for children, getting covered in finger paint with her young daughter. She loves practicing all kinds of fancy handwriting and incorporating it into her artwork. And her favorite song by Taylor Swift is Style. So this book is published by Harper. So let's find out about Emerson. Emerson loved writing letters. And look at how beautiful the illustrator made these pictures. She loved writing dear. She loved writing sincerely. And most of all, she loved writing everything that came in between. Stories, news, questions. Em put a piece of her life into each one. Her brother's latest games, Taylor Swift's best songs, and all her favorite jokes, like, why do you never see elephants hiding in the tree? Because they're really good at it. Hiding, that is. Em was not done with the letter until it was perfectly decorated, the envelope too. Then she sent her letters out into the world to family and friends all over. Each letter was a connection. M's letters made a network of hellos, a network of love. So here's the United States and Canada and Mexico, and those letters are going out everywhere. One day, M got to thinking, there was one person who made this all possible. How had she never noticed him before? His name was Doug. Every letter that left M's hands went straight into Doug's. He was always there, every day, No matter what, he kept M's letters going out in the world. So M decided to write Doug his own letter. I'm Emerson. You may know me as the person that lives here that writes a lot of letters and decorates the envelopes. Well, I want to thank you. And see, she made her thank you so colorful for taking my letters and delivering them. You are very important to me. I make people happy with my letters, but you do too. You make it possible. She put it in the box and she smiled when he took it. Next week, something remarkable happened. Doug got out of his truck just like he did every day, but this time he had 2 whole boxes full of letters, and they were all for Emerson. You see, Doug had told his friends at the post office all about M's letter, and they all told their friends, and soon... Oh, did you notice? This must be a pretty new book because these people are wearing their face masks when they're out walking. And we wouldn't have needed to do that 2 years ago. And maybe after next summer we won't need to do that. But they're being good neighbors, keeping people safe. Every letter of thanks had reached nearly every mail carrier in the country. And lots of those mail carriers had written Emerson back. Look at all these letters. They all say Emerson, 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 Emerson. It would be kind of exciting to get that much mail. Emerson, my kids all live far away. I work alone in a small rural post office. Rural means out in the country. Not a lot of people think about how hard we work. I have a son in Kuwait. That's a country very far away where sometimes American soldiers are sent there. And she said, if you have a second to send him a letter, he would love it. So all these mail carriers wrote to Emerson. I know you can't write back to all of us, but maybe I can drop you a line from time to time. These letters were filled with family, pets, hobbies. They were filled with stories and questions. They were filled with kindness. With dozens of new pen pals, Em did what she was best at doing. She wrote letters. She wrote the dad. She wrote his son. She sent new jokes, new stories about her life, and she asked lots and lots of questions. And Emerson got to thinking about all those people out there living their lives, working hard, delivering letters, keeping people connected. There was love in their work. And it wasn't just the mail carriers. It was the bus drivers, the grocery store clerks, trash collectors, and farmers. There was love in their work too. Every day, people got up and went to work. Every day, they did their best. Every day, they kept the world going. Millions and millions of people, like doctors and farmers and crossing guards and bus drivers. We need all those people working. Every bus ride, every tomato, every bag of trash, every bag of groceries. They were possible because someone cared. Each act was an act of love, wrapping the world together in a network. Ah, look, and the chef cooks with love. Can you see the tiny hearts? Like the biggest hug ever, Emerson wished that everyone she knew would take a moment to notice each one of those people and thank them. Maybe even thank each other sincerely. Sincerely means that you really, truly mean it. Hi there. This is a note from Emerson. This story you just heard is 100% true. I know because it really happened to me. I live in South Dakota with my mom, dad, and brother, and I never expected so much to happen just because I took the time to say thank you to Doug, a person I saw every day. Well, it did happen, and I did say thank you, and I got to talk to important people and be on television, and I got a really, really special letter from someone I admire a whole lot. Hi, Taylor. All of that made me super happy, of course, but it also made me think saying thank you is a big deal. So I'm going to start with you and say thank you for reading my book. I hope it made you smile. And in case it didn't, here's a silly joke. How do you catch a squirrel? Climb up a tree and act like a nut. Sincerely, Emerson. So I know that some of you are maybe not quite old enough to write letters. Although maybe you could ask a big brother or sister or mom or dad to help you write a letter if there's someone you really want to say thank you to, or just, I miss you or I care about you. But, you can still make sure that you notice people all around us. So maybe in the grocery store, you can just say hi to the person who's putting out the apples, or thank you to the person at the cash register. Or maybe next time you go to the doctor, you can say thank you to the doctor or the nurse. There are people all around us that make our world work. And the more that we share and appreciate them, the better our world can be. So I found a really good song, but I'm not very good at singing it. So whoa, stay with me here. So I'm going to read it as a poem. This song is called Kindness is Everywhere by Pam Duncan, not Duncan, Duncan. And I will try to get a link on the Facebook page. So if you want to hear her sing it on YouTube, you can find it. But today we're going to do it as a poem. And this is the chorus. The chorus is the part of a song that repeats. So like, you are my sunshine. You keep coming back to the you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. Well, this is the chorus. And I'm going to show you some motions. We're going to do the sign for love, for kindness, and just reach out for everywhere. And then we'll say, flowing free for us to share. And we'll make our hands do a river, from the river down to the sea, back through you and me. That last part's a little tricky, but I know you can do it. Are you ready? So, kindness is everywhere, flowing free for us to share. From the river down to the sea, back through you and me. In every smile and helping hand, from here to there across the land, take a look and you'll find it there. Kindness is everywhere. So if you remember any parts or remember the motions, do the chorus with me. Kindness is everywhere, flowing free for us to share. From the river down to the sea, back through you and me. Kindness flies like a bird on every gentle word that's heard. People taking time to care. Kindness is everywhere. Kindness is everywhere, flowing free for us to share. From the river down to the sea, back through you and me. It's in me and it's in you. It's in the little things we do. There's need and so we share. Kindness is everywhere. One more time. Kindness is everywhere, flowing free for us to share. From the river down to the sea, back through you and me. Thank you so much for joining me and have a wonderful day.